Welcome back to Narrations. Today's story is about a scientist who can invent almost anything, except the one thing that truly matters. Flubber, 1997, is a chaotic, funny, and surprisingly heartfelt story about love, distraction, and a green substance that refuses to follow the rules of physics. Professor Philip Brainard is a genius. Not just intelligent. Brilliant. The kind of mind that sees possibilities where others see limits. He teaches at a small college, constantly working on inventions that could change the world. But there's one problem. He forgets everything else. Time. People. Commitments. And most importantly, Sarah. Sarah Jean Reynolds is not just someone in his life. She's everything. Smart. Kind. Patient. Too patient. Because Philip has already missed their wedding. Not once. Not twice. But twice already. And today is the third attempt. Everything is ready. Guests are waiting. The ceremony is set. Sarah stands there, hoping this time will be different. But Philip? He's in his lab. Lost. Again. Working on something that has consumed his attention completely. An experiment. Energy. Movement. Something that could change how things function. He tells himself he'll leave soon. Just one more test. Just one more adjustment. But time doesn't wait. And once again, he doesn't show up. The wedding ends before it even begins. Sarah is done. Not angry. But hurt. Because it's not about one moment. It's about every moment he wasn't there. Philip finally realizes. Too late. He rushes out, desperate to fix it, but some things can't be fixed instantly. For the first time, he feels it. Not confusion, but loss. Because now it's real. Meanwhile, there's another problem building in the background. The college is in trouble. Financial trouble. And if something doesn't change soon, it could shut down completely. Philip's inventions were supposed to help. But none of them have worked. Not yet. So now, everything is on the edge. His career. His relationship. His purpose. And that's when something unexpected happens. Late at night, alone in his lab, Philip continues working. Not because he's ignoring everything else, but because it's the only thing he knows how to do. And then, it happens. An accident. A reaction. Something goes wrong. Or maybe, something goes right. A green substance forms. Small at first. Then growing. Moving. Not like liquid. Not like solid. Something else. Alive in its own way. This is flubber. Flying rubber. A substance that absorbs energy. Stores it. And releases it in unpredictable ways. It bounces. Jumps. Moves on its own. Defying everything Philip understands. At first, he's confused. Then amazed. Then completely consumed. Because this is it. The breakthrough. The thing he's been searching for. Something that could change everything. He experiments. Tests it. Pushes it further. And the results are unbelievable. Objects bounce higher. Energy increases. Movement becomes amplified. Flubber isn't just useful. It's powerful. And completely uncontrollable. At one point, it escapes the lab. Jumping wildly. Crashing into things. Moving with its own unpredictable rhythm. It's chaos. But it's also opportunity. Philip begins to imagine what this could mean. Energy solutions. Transportation. Technology. Everything changes with this. And for a moment, he forgets everything else again. But this time, the world doesn't wait. Because someone else is watching. Wilson Croft. A businessman. Greedy. Ambitious. He doesn't care about science. He cares about profit. And when he learns about Philip's work, he sees something valuable. not as a breakthrough, but as an opportunity to take. Meanwhile, Philip tries to reconnect with Sarah. But it's not easy, because apologies don't fix patterns, and promises don't mean much without change. But this time, something is different. Because Philip isn't just distracted. He's aware of what he lost, of what he risks losing again. But the question remains: can he balance both? The invention and the person who matters most? Because Flubber might change the world, but it won't fix his life. And as everything begins to collide, science, love, and chaos, Philip is about to learn something he's never understood before. That not everything important can be invented. The discovery of Flubber changes everything. But not in the way Philip expected. Because the more he experiments, the less control he has. Flubber doesn't behave like an invention. It behaves like something with its own mind. It jumps when it wants, moves when it chooses, responds in ways that don't follow logic. At one point, Philip tries to contain it. But Flubber escapes again, bouncing through the lab, crashing into walls, knocking over equipment, turning a controlled space into complete chaos. And yet, Philip is fascinated. Because even in the chaos, there's brilliance. The energy it creates is unmatched. The possibilities are endless. He tests it further, applying it to objects, shoes, balls, even vehicles. And every time, the results are unbelievable. Objects don't just move. They launch. They fly. They defy everything that should be possible. Philip realizes something important. This isn't just a discovery. This is a breakthrough that could save everything. The college, his career, his future. But once again, he gets pulled too far into it. Because while he's focused on Flubber, everything else is slipping. Sarah keeps her distance. Not because she doesn't care, but because she's protecting herself. She's been through this before. Promises, excuses, disappointment. And she doesn't want to go through it again. Philip tries. He shows up, talks, explains. But something is still missing. Consistency. Because change isn't about one moment. It's about every moment after. Meanwhile, Wilson Croft makes his move. He sends people to investigate. To steal. Because he knows something powerful is hidden in Philip's lab. And he wants it. Not for science. For control. For profit. The pressure builds. Philip begins preparing to present Flubber, to show the world what it can do. But things don't go as planned. Because Flubber doesn't follow plans. During one demonstration, everything goes wrong. The experiment spirals out of control. Objects fly. People panic. What was supposed to impress turns into chaos. And just like that, Philip's credibility collapses. Again. The college loses faith. Sarah pulls away further. And for a moment, it feels like nothing has changed. That no matter what he discovers, he keeps losing what matters. But this time, Philip doesn't ignore it. He sees it clearly. The pattern. The problem. Not the world. Himself. And for the first time, he makes a different choice. Not to abandon Flubber, but to step back. To understand that success doesn't mean anything if there's no one to share it with. But before he can fix things, the situation escalates. Wilson Croft's men break in. They steal Flubber. And suddenly, the chaos becomes dangerous. Because in the wrong hands, Flubber isn't just unpredictable. It's destructive. Philip realizes the stakes immediately. This isn't just about his work anymore. It's about stopping something before it gets out of control. He takes action. Not as a distracted scientist, but as someone focused, present, determined. With the help of his robotic assistant, Weibo, he tracks them down. The confrontation that follows is chaotic, fast, and unpredictable. Flubber moves wildly, jumping between surfaces, escaping control, turning every moment into something unstable. But this time, Philip isn't chasing the experiment. He's guiding it, working with it, understanding it. And that makes the difference. He outsmarts Croft, uses Flubber's unpredictability against him, and finally, takes it back. The threat ends, the chaos settles, and for the first time, everything slows down. Philip returns, not to his lab, but to Sarah. This time, not with explanations, not with promises, but with presence. Because now he understands something he didn't before. Being there is more important than being brilliant. Sarah sees it. Not instantly, but enough. Because this time, it feels real. The college recovers. Philip finds balance. Not perfectly, but honestly. And Flubber? Still unpredictable. Still chaotic. Still full of energy. But no longer the center of everything. Just part of it. Flubber isn't just about a wild invention. It's about realizing that no matter how brilliant you are, the things that matter most can't be created in a lab. If you enjoyed listening to this narration, please like, share, and subscribe for more movie stories. I'll see you in the next one.